Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, Munibwanji. I hope Munichebe Bueno, wherever you're watching us from. We are grateful that you guys are here today. And before I go any further, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Davis Chilwa, and thank you for my team, amazing team back in Zambia and here in the US. We are here today and gathered today for this virtual fundraising event. And my name is Winnie Sonda, the founder of Winnie Sonda Foundation, and I hope you guys have a little 5-10 minutes to spare to hear the speech. Not even a speech, just like a little bit of understanding of how Winnie Sonda Foundation was started and how it was built on and where it's going. And I'm gonna start saying that my family had we were 7 of us, right? I lost 3 siblings to HIV/AIDS, and my sister was 25 at the time that she passed away, and that was in 90s. In that time, as you know, there was no medication. It was so hard. It was sad seeing her sick. Sometimes they'll say malaria, sometimes they'll say it's TB, sometimes they'll say oh wanamulowa chende kunganga, all those things. And you know, even if I'm a Christian, knowing my father was a preacher, there was a time there was a doubt. You know, sometimes the devil will come in and you have a doubt. There was that time, and there was just so much issues in the family, knowing that my sister was suffering to this disease. And you know, as I'm saying, HIV/AIDS at that point was a taboo, because there was just a stigma. When you talk about HIV/AIDS, they'll look at you like, banafa na sida. So those things were just playing it over and over in our head. And I was a little younger. So when I got to the US, I told my parents that I'm going to have to do something about it. So when I was in the process of trying to, how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to start, how I'm going to register, a couple years later, I lost my brother, who was older than her, to HIV/AIDS, and he died because of stigma. He was told about HIV/AIDS status in front of my mom, and for that, he was just like devastated. He was sick. He had they call it meningitis. He was sick in the hospital for 2 weeks, and the meningitis was just getting worse. And they did lumbar puncture. They did lumbar puncture. I think 2 days later, he passed away. To cut the story short, after that, and he left kids, right? So after that, 2 months later, I lost my younger brother to HIV/AIDS. For him, he went in the hospital. They did the test, but at that time, there was no testing whereby you get tests in the morning. Right away, they tell you you're HIV positive. You start on medication. My brother got a test, but you have to send the test somewhere else. So the test used to come after a month. So by the time my brother was getting his test results back, remember, they had given him TB medication, and he passed away. And it was so sad again. And it's like, you sit down and you start asking questions. Why would they give him medication of TB medication when they knew it was HIV? They didn't know. They were just trying to help. And that's Africa. That's where we come from. But hey, we thank God for everything, because there's a reason why everything had to happen like that. And I'm grateful because now I understand how God works. Maybe that happens so we can be able to adopt these kids that we are helping. So far, in Winnie Sonda Foundation was found 2014. We launched it 2012, and it's been going on. We've launched it in Zambia. I'm not going to say so much about how we are doing it, because I'm going to let my team talk about it. I just want to say the experience and how it's happening to me and how it is done. And this is not just about me. This is about how we can help those kids who are vulnerable, the kids who are born with HIV/AIDS, because this is not about me. This is about how can we be together, how can we work as a team, infected or affected, to help those who are vulnerable, children who are born to HIV/AIDS. And some of them is just vulnerable and orphans, and those are part of our team. So we have 100 kids, and we managed last year to take about 30 kids to 15 to school because of donors who are able to donate. And we went through our Instagram page, people came through, and we have great donors who are trying just to make sure every year these kids will be able to go to school. And all that thing, my team will talk about it more, like on a panel, we'll talk about it more. But at this point, I just want to explain it. So every year I go to Zambia. We have the walks, and then I meet up these kids, and these kids are amazing children, very energetic, very happy kids, and all they need is just help. Some of them, they want to be teachers, they want to be doctors, but we can't do it ourselves. We need your help in order for us to help these kids. We can't do it alone. That's why we're here today trying to do this feature that people can donate. Anything goes a long way, even if it's $20, $10. If we 100 people or 2,000 people giving $10, we're gonna be able to help more kids, because we need to change how we look into things. We need to help each other. That's why we say infected or affected, we need to support each other. So talk about that. These kids that we help right there by Chingwele Clinic, so they go there twice a week, during the week and on the weekends. We don't have a place for them. They only go and meet outside, and outside the space that they have, they call it friendly space, where they can express themselves, talk about how they're feeling, and the counseling and other activities that they do. Sometimes we go in the field talking to other kids about HIV/AIDS, how to drink medication. So it's like a different activities, but we want to find a better environment for them. We want to find a space where they can be able to be excited, because imagine every day they go to the hospital to get medication. They go to the hospital to get counseling. They go to the hospital to meet their friends. Why can't they have their own space? Like here in the US, our kids, they go there, there's girls club, there's soccer club. If they have a space where they have libraries, there's parks. We don't have stuff like that back home. But if they have a place where they can call it their own, their friendly space, where they can go, even if it's in the morning, pass by, have a cup of tea before they go to school, come back from school, have a meal before they go home. Because imagine, these kids are on medication. You can't just be drinking medication without food. And this is why we're trying to get this community, build a community for them, so they can be having their own friendly space where they can have at least once a week, the nurse can go there, or the doctor can go there, the counselors can be going there. And we try to work hand in hand with the Minister of Health, because we cannot do these things by ourselves. We want to make sure the government is part of it. As you can see, if you follow us on a social media page, we try to make sure everybody is inclusive, because this is not a job for us ourselves. We are just God sent to be in front, but we need all of you guys to come together and help us in this journey, because this is not just about us. And then the other thing I wanted to say, I think 2 years ago when I went to Zambia, we lost one of the boy, and he was sick, and back and forth, of course, medication, drinking medication every day. And I have some kids who would ask me, how would you feel if you had to drink medication every day? And I'm like, you know what, I don't even think about it. I say it to myself, and I say it to my babies, because I call them my babies, and they know themselves. I love them all. Peace. I say, like, it's the same thing. If I drink vitamins every day, 2 pills or 3 pills of vitamin, it's the same thing. Why can't we put it in that way for them, so they understand? If we talk about it more as people, if we embrace them, and then we find a way to cut off the stigma. Because even if right now, as I'm talking to you, there are so many people who might not even like what I'm saying, because I'm talking about HIV/AIDS, because there's still stigma going on. Just like we have COVID. Everybody got COVID. I got COVID. No, I didn't get COVID, but I got an injection, because we're trying to protect ourselves. It's the same thing. So why can't we normalize the HIV/AIDS, so that way everybody's working together, we can help these kids, and we can better future for them. And that's why we're here. And what else I was gonna say, and I just want to say thank you. At the end of the day, we are happy that you guys are able to make a donation. Please, you can go to williamsonfoundation.com and send us a PayPal account. Anything, every little thing goes a long way. You can go to Cash App, we have all our information there. You can go to www.opfoundation.com and give us donation and help us with one kid, and you can adopt a child. Usually for the younger ones, we're doing like $85 a year, so they can go to school, because younger ones, they don't have to to pay for school fees from grade 1 to grade 7. They only pay for books and pencils and uniforms and all that kind of stuff. But the ones that we have challenges on is the one from grade 8 to grade 12, because we have to pay school fees, we have to pay sometimes transportation, and sometimes people are in boarding school. So we're trying to get those funds. But at the moment, if you can go on a page and pick one child, adopt one child. But right now we are here so we can make a community center so these kids can have a place to call it on their own. Because as you know, the world knows about it. Last year was pandemic. I and my team, we bought the fabric, we made the mask, we sold the mask, and all the money we sent it home. We helped out for the kids, because at that time they were not allowed, they didn't allow them to go to the facility. They wouldn't even go there, so they didn't have any place to meet. I don't want that to happen again to them. We want to make sure we are ready for them so they can have a place they can call their own. They had to go to where to meet, to the place where they collected their food. And they didn't meet most of the time because they were not allowed to go to the hospital. So we are here so we can fundraise this money to these kids. Please help us. Make this building, make it happen for them. You're not doing it for me or my team. You're doing it for these kids. And we just want to say thank you for everything. Thank you for all your support. And God bless you, and I hope you follow us to Williamson Dole Foundation. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate. You can inbox on our social media platform, and you can email us to williamsonda@gmail.com, and we'll be more than happy to take up any questions. And if you want to ask about our children, we are more than to answer those questions. I just want to say thank you very much. My name is Williamsonda, and I hope you have a great day and enjoy the rest of the event. And you can have so much fun. Thank you. God bless.